Hello, everyone. Welcome to the moon phase reading that I like to do for the individual moon phases. This one is going to cover the time period of us sort of exiting this full moon energy that we've just experienced and into the new moon energy later on this month. Those dates roughly are going to be May 13th until May 26th. Now, this is United States Eastern Standard Time. So adjust accordingly, but that will run from May 13th to May 26th. And this is sort of what I would like to call a magical weather report. This is just a way for those of us that work with affirmations, manifestation, with magic, spell work, any sort of these subtle energies, to know what is in the air, to know what the vibe is as we move through this period of time. For this one, I haven't really looked at astrology. I simply want to pull the cards and see what spirit has to tell me and what I pick up from the cards to kind of just give us a heads up of what the energies are that we'll be working with or what we can prepare for if we are planning on doing a particular kind of work during this time period. Now, I've been doing daily readings starting on May 1st. And so for those readings, I've been doing the 3-card reading that I normally do for this reading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this reading up a bit. It's not necessarily a spread, but the cards will have assignments, which is not something I normally do, but I want to give it a try for this reading. And I'll go over those assignments as I pull the cards. I'm only going to pull the first 2 cards with the pendulum because I think those are not necessarily the most important, but I want the pendulum a chance. I want to give it a chance to do what it does. For this reading, I will be using the Pulp Tarot by Todd Alcott. Here's the box. And I really just really enjoy these cards quite a bit. They're colorful, they're fun. And they wanted to be used for this reading. So here we go. Get these shuffled a little bit, and we will get started. As I said, I am doing daily readings as well, so feel free to take a look at those on my channel. Those will go throughout the month of May. And then about the time of this new moon, I will be making a decision as to whether or not I'm going to continue with the daily readings. I really enjoyed them so far. They have been, it is a bit of a challenge. I'm using them as a memorial for a YouTuber that I followed for some time who did daily readings for years and years. And he inspired me to make this channel, to be honest, and to work with the cards more publicly. Unfortunately, he passed away a few weeks ago, and I'm doing the daily readings in honor of him. You can check that out on my daily readings. Okay, this is for the general weather for our moon phase. Coming out of this full moon, ton of love energy. This last full moon, the last reading for this, it was very much about moving forward with gratitude energy and like moving to a higher vibration that was kind of founded on gratitude and moving out of energy that was stagnant and not hopeful. And that really came to the fore with this full moon. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it was particularly powerful. And so we're going to see what comes here. So the first 2 cards, their assignments are, what can we expect? What is going to be the general weather? What's the magical weather? And what can we begin to plan? Like, what can we expect to plan? Because the period of this moon phase, as we go from the full moon to the new moon, is really good for planning. The moon's energy is going dark, and it's waning. And it's time to kind of drop back and plan and think and decide what our next moves are. So that's what these first 2 cards really are about. And then we're going to pull 2 others with different assignments. I'll do those by hand. hurting my hand. I'm just hurting my head. Get on with it. So here we go. I'm getting on with it. These first two cards, what can we expect? What's the general weather? I'll try and do this fairly quickly. I know some of you like this pendulum method, some of you do not. But I just feel for this one, it is important to let the pendulum do its thing. What can we expect for this particular period of time? For those of us that work with, is there one underneath that? No. For those of us that work with these subtle energies. Cards are particularly fun to use with the pendulum because they tend to blend in, and the pendulum does a really good job of just pointing out one particular one. This one. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Those are our first two. Our next two. What can we leave behind? What can we leave behind in this energy during this time period? What can we leverage away from us or leave behind? And if it is a positive card like the World or the Sun, it's going to be, I would say it's probably more like it's reversed. It's reversed energy. That's what we can leave behind. What we may miss. What is a blind spot for us during this time period? What is something that we may miss? And it's this one right here. All right. Let's see what the cards have to say. We'll start with these two. What can we expect in the general weather? The World and the Hanged Man. Wow, two heavy hitters coming right out of the gate. The World card is everything. It's the end of a cycle. It's the final card in the major arcana. But with the Hangman, it's very much what we can expect is that there will be a great amount of energy available if you realize you can't do much. It's going to be a period of time where staying calm, I'm thinking meditation, restricting yourself a bit, putting yourself in a position where you can't do a lot. And that will begin to open up this internal energy and this internal world to you. Let's look at this Hangman card a little bit closer. He's upside down. He seems to be pretty pleased with himself. I can't get the camera to focus, sorry. Come on, can it do it? Oh well. Nope, okay. I tried. He seems to be having a good time. Usually the Hanged Man is not having a good time, and he's been bound to a tree either for crimes or for punishment or for basically to restrict movement and to restrict him, to make him rethink and to think differently. This, however, seems to suggest that this is more about turning your worldview upside down, right? Turning your worldview upside down. This is the world. And you'll be able to see what happens if we do this. He seems really happy, doesn't he? Standing out from the crowd and hanging upside down. So it's going to be there's a card in the Fairies Oracle deck, which I will be using very soon. That's one of my favorite decks of all time. Where it's called the Topsy-Turvets, which is you see things better when you're upside down. Everything is upside down because it's supposed to be upside down, except for the stuff that's right side up, which you can only see sometimes if you're upside down. Right? That's kind of energy we're looking at for this next 2 weeks. So it might be a little confusing. And it's going to be a matter of the left is right and the right is left and up is down. And if you can, here's the thing, if you are, it's almost like the wheel of fortune, in that the best place to be is in the center, not moving, still. You're going to be upside down. Look at the world differently. Don't follow the common media or the common cultural views. This is definitely a period of time to restrict yourself a little bit and see the world differently. And try to apply that in any of your workings or any of your meditations or your practices. Try to practice more stillness. What can we leave behind? The wheel. Wow, topsy-turvy. It's up is down, down is up. The Wheel of Fortune is typically a positive card. It usually means the cycle is coming around in your favor. Wow. Okay. And I said if it was a positive card, we'd look at it upside down. So we're going to look at it upside down, but maybe we need to look at it right side up. I don't know. What do you think? Are you beginning to see what I'm talking about the energy that I'm feeling for the next 2 weeks? And it's going to be really important to stay right there, right in the center. Let the wheel spin around you. Can I do this? I thought maybe it would spin. Oh, well, I was going to be all cool and dramatic. But let things spin. Let things move around you. You stay in the center. Stay in the center. And leave behind the sense of ups or downs, the sense of right side up or upside right. What did I just say? I don't know. Okay? Leave that behind. What's important is the center. Don't worry about the spinning. Leave it behind. And the world will make much more sense, and all the energy that is available to you will be available to you if you stay in that center. What's our blind spot? What we may miss. This is going to be interesting. 5 of Wands. This is, I think, because I'm going to tie into this a little bit, because of this energy is going to feel somewhat restrictive and chaotic. There's fun to be had here. The 5 of Wands is playful competition. Now, they don't look like they're having too much fun. That looks like an all-out Donnybrook. Doesn't it? That looks serious. The 5 of Wands is typically a chance for competition and sportsmanship, learning where you stand with someone else through competition and where you stand in the world. One of these people is going to be out on top. Who do you think is going to make it to the top? Who's going to win this little stick fight here? It's going to be the lumberjack, the berserker, the soccer mom. Well, maybe this is a soccer mom. Oh, the policeman, maybe? I don't know. Who's to say? But that's what I mean. What you may miss is that in this energy that's going to be happening, that as long as this stick fight isn't too serious, it's going to be really fun to watch. So don't miss the stick fight. But watch it from the center of this wheel, because the stick fighters are going to be out here. Okay? So again, bring that into your workings. Bring that into how you work with these energies. Think about how you can, maybe this is a meditation practice or some sort of quieting practice where you're not allowed to leave a particular area, perhaps for an extended period of time. Perhaps this is about just slowing your energy down and understanding that things are going to be moving and spinning all around you. And the more you can stay grounded and centered, the more your connection is going to come forward. And the energy of the World card, which is fantastic. It's an ending of a cycle. You'll be able to achieve something that maybe you haven't been able to achieve before. during this time period. So again, what can we expect? What should we leave behind? Leave behind this spinning. Leave behind this idea of up or down, good or bad. Stay in the center. And our blind spot, what we may miss, is the fun of watching that wheel spin around us. And I think that it might get serious, right? Like this particular set of Five of Wands is a pretty serious. They're really into it. And do they need to be? Do they need to be this into it? How come none of them are smiling? I mean, I know getting hit with a stick isn't any fun. I know this from personal experience. We won't get into that. But hey, I've done my share of stick fighting in my day. But they're very serious about this. And it's like all different walks of life as well, which really makes me think of people just getting really serious over things that they don't need to be serious about. Don't get me wrong, there are things to be serious about, but what we may miss is the interaction of not being a part of it. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. The interaction of staying in our still spot and center while other people get worked up. But this is the energy. This is sort of the magical weather to think about as we are moving forward towards the new moon and what we can begin to plan. We can begin to plan and stay in this center spot as we get towards the new moon, which will be a chance for us to then move forward. I'm pretty sure about that. We'll see what the cards say. But right now, we're to stay in the center. And not taking that, here we go. Not taking this staying in the center super seriously, right? We don't need to take it just as seriously as these people are taking their stick fighting. We need to take it as much in the sense of play as we can. All right. There's your magical weather for the time period from May 13th approximately to May 26th as we move towards the new moon. Now I'm going to pull a punctuation card, and I think I'm going to use, as always, my angels and ancestors cards. I love these so much. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. I'd already decided we are going to do the enchanted map. I've not used these before. Really, I don't think I have. If I did, it was a long time ago. By Colette Baron Reed, Enchanted Map Oracle cards. We're going to pull one of these to give us our punctuation. And if it's the stillness card, well, I'm not going to say anymore. It would be appropriate. All right. This one, right near the bottom. Survey says, protecting treasure. Protecting your treasure. Right? Stay in the center. Protect your treasure. Protect your innermost resources. Protect your inner self. Protect the fact that you are a spiritual being in a physical environment. Right? This is how you can protect yourself. This is how these next 3 weeks, 2 weeks, this next period of time, this is the best way to go in the weather at hand, which is going to be a little spinny-winny, windy, findy. I just made that up. Kind of fun. Okay. But big energy. We've got 3 major arcana and 1 minor arcana here. So this is serious. Well, as serious as it can be when you're trying to not be serious. However that works. But this is big energy. This is good, powerful energy. The world card's not messing around. But the only way we can get to that world card is if we stay in that stillness. So try to find ways, think of ways that you could practice that. If you have some ideas that you want to share, please put them down in the comments. I would love to engage with you on that. As you get through this period of time, maybe if something pops up and you're like, oh, this is what this moon phase was talking about, put it down in the show notes, or in the comments, even if it's like 2 weeks from now or a week and a half from now. Come back and leave a comment and we can have a discussion about it. Yeah. All right. I think we're good. If you want more of this type of reading, maybe not as in-depth, but I do daily readings every day on the channel. I'll be doing that through the month of May. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. And yeah, if you have any other questions or concerns or want to see me about a reading for yourself, a personal reading, you can contact me at alongadifferentpath@gmail.com, and we can start a discussion about what kind of reading you would like. I offer a whole set of different things here, and I can help you with issues if you have them, or if you just need some advice or some ways to get through this period of time. All right. Yeah. Protect your treasure. Stay in the center. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. I'll see you on tomorrow's daily reading, most likely. Yeah. Take care, everyone. Peace and strength. Bye-bye.